Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the channel. It's Kazrax Gaming here, and I'm going to go over some of the playtest results. Yes, I'm in a sling. I recently had bicep tendon repair surgery on the 22nd, so yeah. We're going to kind of go through here with the notes and actually talk about some of my experiences I had during this playtest. Hi all, we assembled this update as the September 7-day playtest wrapped up. Apologies for the slight delay as we were super busy in the days leading up to the test. Fortunately, the test went smoothly thanks to the efforts of the team and how cool everyone's been on the servers, Discord, etc., especially given the volume of new and returning players. Well, first of all, thank you, Sean, and thank the team at Niche Worlds Cult for the wonderful job they've been doing. Everybody makes everything so easy and immersive, and all the hard work that you put into the game. We really appreciate it. And this won't include every stat we pull because the update turned out to be massive enough already. Hit us up in Discord if you think we missed out any important stats. So 7,713 unique accounts, 7,683,172 total minutes, 996 minutes, 16 hours. I know I was in there. I had a couple play sessions that were that long. 8 days tracked. It looks like 3,608 average daily users, 1,863 maximum players in interval, which is healthy. It's pretty steady. Looks like we have some issues about restarts and updates. Night Harbor on Rail had the highest number of players, which made it most volatile due to a leak. Previous Night Harbor was bounced on 9.3 due to everyone in the zone being made 500% larger due to a dev's use of the wrong command. It wasn't a big deal. Okay. It looks like a few people flirted with the idea of getting on and creating a character, just not really doing much of anything. Same here. I was somewhere in between here, these two. Maybe at the start of 50 plus hours because I played a lot. Shaman and Druid tops by playtime. That's no surprise, really. Not really much of a surprise. They're both very strong classes. I wouldn't be surprised to see them get nerfed. It looks like Shamans, Enchanters, and Clerics had the most fun with the most average hours per character, while the total hours goes to Druid. And once again, we have just a steady decline here on the drop-offs, and Archers and Inquisitors kind of at the bottom. Some stuff about races, poop soccers. I actually know this bard. I talked to him in out of character. I was in the Glass Flats and I actually found a skeleton fort. I found an undead fort in the Glass Flats, and I decided to cast invisibility to undead on myself and head inside on stream. And if you haven't checked that out, go to my streams and my channel. I might try to pin it to my channel so you guys can actually watch that video. But yeah, check it out in there. I went through and explored a great deal of Glass Flats and was passing mobs that were several levels above me, and I didn't even really realize it. But some of the other folks who play the game were able to piece together the question marks I had about the specific levels of each mob. So yeah, some of them were like level 30s, like the elementals and stuff. We were able to kill a basilisk in our party. We actually did kill an air elemental in the Glass Flats, which is pretty cool. We were all about level 25, 26-ish or so. So we had to use some kiting methods around. I don't recognize the rest of these guys' names. The total coin looted: 3,383 gold, 297,948 silver, 229,234,153 copper. It looks like there's 15 gold there. A whole platinum. Goodness gracious. A whole platinum looted on our server. There's top three. 69, 69, 69. Wow. One platinum. There's PvP. That's pretty cool, I guess. I'm not really into PvP like that. Horseradish. That's a funny name. Says you almost got us. Your account has been flagged with a friendly warning. Some people have really high trade skills. Polish player faces and add some new ones, features, tweaks. Let's check that out. Sorry, I'm kind of going through kind of fast because I hear beeping in my headset, and that means it's about to die. They got to do something about the halfling they can't really see where they're going. Poor guys. Some other cool changes. Looks pretty cool. This must be the weathered armor set, huh? Looks pretty cool. The leather set that they... Where did I see that at? Right here. Weathered leather armor set. Okay, that's what that is. Nice. Specters. I'm assuming one of these is Rel. Clockwork there. It's pretty nice. Got some animation here. Let's check it out. Pretty cool. The Bears. I had to do that. Football fan. Just have to. Some other cool animation. Just continue to work on fill and draw and ever shoot. Added goblin gold. Got some ocean floor stuff. Doesn't look like they've added life yet. They're just patching up the ocean floor. Fell and draw looks amazing. Oh my goodness. Wood elf area. Looks fantastic. We're just going to scroll through these photos and admire them. Wow. Admiring the art here. Wonderful artwork. That must be the goblin gold. So maybe if your team goes up to a bunch of huts fighting goblins, you can have like a pile of gold, and maybe it might give your... It might be like a clickable thing where it gives your party a split of gold or something. That would be cool. Added meat spinning sound effects to character select and playing the meat scenes. Okay. Mushroom in footsteps. Ice spill. So we got some more casting, projectile, and impact sound effects. We got some more sound effects. Shout out to Robert Engstrand, who handles the audio and music for Monsters and Memories. And he's got a wow. He's actually got a Ancient Crypts video here for sound exit. Love how the ads just blur everything out. Just about crap. Love that. Okay, so it is a soundtrack. We'll have to check that out. Ancient Crypts soundtrack. Remove the drain mana line from Necromancer's NPCs. Adjusted the Keeper's Blight population. Adjusted the Shallow Shoals population. Glass Flats population. Added to Glass Flats. Wow, Glass Flats population. Goodness gracious. That's going to be a dense zone. Open the Scarwood zone. Nice. I'll have to check that out. So let's look at the balance stuff now. Reduced the weight of metal scraps and pelts. Added tiers to a bunch of wood, resin, and other stuff. That's very good changes. Some very good changes. Copper nodes now have brittle stone. Added some extra stuff for trade skills. Added some minor non-combat traits. So cast time set to 5 seconds. Fix an issue where interrupt silences would last indefinitely. I experienced some of that as well. Looks like they nerfed the heals yet again. They buffed certain heals across the board. Updated ability icons. Exploding shot is now a martial ability. I guess that has something to do with their DPS increasing, like trying to buff them through other means. Rebalance the shock line for clerics. Yep, here we go. Druids get nerfed again. Shamans probably get nerfed again as well. It looks like these are big nerfs. But it also looks like here they've reduced the mana cost to maintain the old HPM ratios, which is good. That's positive. I think that could be a sign that maybe when you're playtesting this, it could feel like you're doing more in a group versus sitting down with full mana, because your heals are just so insane. I mean, they are two very strong classes. It looks like our Restorative Spores get nerfed again. They get the nerf bat once again. So we'll have to just test it out and see how it plays. See what we're gonna do. The UI, looks like they added some UI changes and stuff. Very cool. Link to allow for guild name creation, 24 characters maximum. You can now scribe scrolls automatically by right-clicking them from your inventory. Cool. A lot of QOL stuff. Added support for buffs to have a chance to break upon movement. Okay, so added a pet control UI button to swap the pet back and forth between defensive and passive new combat modes. Cool. Added /buy command. Okay, you can toggle between looking for more and looking for group in a group finder tab. Good change. Cursor jumping the middle of the screen. Yeah, I'm not going to go through absolutely everything. We went through almost all of it already. So let's scroll down to the bottom. In closing, well, that's it for the update. Hope you saw some stuff in here that appealed to you. Thanks for reading this far. Don't forget, we've got another scheduled playtest coming. This one will be for 10 days and begins November 1st. We'll also have a stress test sometime between the publishing of this update and the November test. Keep an eye out for it. Interesting. So I might not be able to play during that stress test because I'm still kind of bummed up. So I might just log in and just buff people and just be a buff bot at the gates and just kind of there for chat / moral support, you know, in my guild, or help people in the guild out a little bit, just kind of chilling. But yeah, let's check out this video from Robert Engstrand and we'll close it there. Let's just get immersed. I'll give my thoughts at the end. Sky Aurelia's area. Wow. So, first of all I gotta say is bravo. I would totally clap right now if I could, but I can't clap with both arms. Just a masterpiece. Where do I start? I love the sound effects of the video. I love the music from Monsters and Memories. I'm looking forward to creating a new character and going back through Ancient Crypts to run that again to get a new experience. In fact, it's moved me. This soundtrack video has moved me so much that I may only dedicate one single night to playing the Shaman, just to test out the new heal nerfs to see how I like it, if I'm going to end up liking it or not. And I'm going to start a cleric. I'm going to start a cleric on the next playtest, and I'm going to go back through Ancient Crypts to get the whole ambiance of the music while I play in a group. I'll probably start a new character. If anyone in my guild is interested in doing it with me, I'm going to be planning on doing that. So anyone in Medium Avum is welcome to join me with a new group. I'm going to start up a new character, I think, for this. I'm so excited. And the only thing I have to say about that video is I genuinely hope, if there is a trailer, that some of this video makes it into the trailer with the music. just a wonderful job. Wonderful, wonderful job on that, Mr. Robert Engstrand. I enjoyed that video. So I did see something up here that I want to go up and look at again. See if I can find it. Just kind of skimming through very quickly here. Missed it. That's too far up. But it is where it's at. Should be under balancing, I think. Okay, here we go. Yeah, this is it. Lock the Skyseer Ilya encounter to level 25 max. So there won't be anybody level 29 allowed anymore, like 32. I think some of the folks in our guild are like level 30, level 30s. So it'll be level 25 max for the encounter. So pretty good change, but had a great time with my guild doing that encounter as well. Just a really positive playtest. I'm looking forward to doing more of them. I'm looking forward to it. As soon as I get out of the sling, man, I can't wait for January. Can't wait for early access if it's still going to happen in January, barring no setbacks. And I hope that you guys generally enjoyed the video. Today I'm going to be doing more content like this as I'm bored here and can't really do much of anything at all. So be on the lookout for that as well. Thank you guys for watching.